is it with guitar players and their overdrive pedals? Um, I've had a numerous amount through the years, more than I would like to admit, more money that I've spent on them than I would like to admit, and I'm sure you have too because you're watching this video. um, but let's see if I can shave some time and some money off of your life and tell you the things that I did and the things that have worked for me. Um, I came to realize two things. Um, you need a an overdrive that changes the tone entirely, like not just obviously the gain structure, but like the EQ. You need that, and you need something transparent. Other than that, and I'm not talking about fuzzes. Fuzzes are an entirely different thing, but those two overdrive options will change everything and set you up in a great position to succeed. Um, and whenever we're talking about overdrives that change the tone, I'll just ramble. I guess all of them change the tone. That's the reason why we're getting them. The ones that change the EQ are just a few off the top of your head. Klon style, most of these bump the mids. Klon styles, tube screamer styles, or would be what you would consider something that bumps the mids, and transparent would be something like the Morning Glory by JHS, or the Timmy. MXR has a great version of her, the Tim, depending on which way you go. The Blues Breaker style, transparent. But those two, because if you're like me and you play like blues, funk, soul, I use a clean amp, and I pretty much run it clean the entire time. But what I'll do is I'll run it clean for my funk stuff. But I have, here, this is a good time to introduce what I use. The main guy right here. This is the Optimus by Jackson Audio. This is also Corey Wong's signature pedal, who is, if you're not familiar with Corey Wong, he is a amazing rhythm guitarist, which is kind of cool that rhythm guitar is like being noticed the way that it is now. But he's a rhythm guitarist for Wolfpack, the band that I heard him in, the Fearless Flyers, and I'm sure there's other ones, and he's a solo artist as well. And I'm sure he's in other stuff, but it just escapes me at the moment. But this is his pedal, and it's really the only. I have a tube, like a TS10 on my board that I used to, a TS10 from the 90s, and it's on there just if I want to, piss off everybody and just run it hot, and I'm just feeling that way. But majority of the time, it's this guy. Overdrive 1 is a Klon style. Overdrive 2 is like a Timmy. It's a transparent drive. And this is kind of my main overdrive. I went through a lot and finding this. And what I came to realize was I was just overthinking it a lot. Just two. You need something that bumps the mids, and you need something that is transparent, where you just want hair on your signal, right? I'm running mine clean pretty much the entire time. So whenever I'm doing like a Hendrixy kind of thing, or just need something with a little bit more hair or distortion, then I go this route. But what's cool about this is, I'm not even trying to demo this thing. When you listen to the beginning of it, it was this pedal. There was nothing else on it. It was entirely this guy. I like it because there's also, I don't know if you can see it, but there is also a not transparent, there's an EQ right here as well. So, and what I use that for, if you hit both in, it turns on just the EQ. And what I like about this is I don't use it as a, EQ, like a separate like EQ to have on my board. I can. Really what I use it for is if I'm running different guitars and I have like a Strat that's really, really ice picky, or if I have my Telly and I'm on the back pickup, I need some of that rolled off of it. But that's the majority of it. Is this guy? This guy is. If you haven't got your hands on this, I recommend it. It's an amazing pedal. But that just brings me just to overdrives in general. Is don't get caught up in all of the overdrives. This world is very, very simple. If you just need something that bumps the mids, gets you a little bit above the band, and you need something that's a transparent drive. Then the other thing, it's not an overdrive, but this is what I learned from being in the Mayer like camp and watching all the John Mayer things and being the Mayer guy is two overdrives to stack: a transparent and a something with a mid boost, and then just an entire clean boost. I use the TC Spark. TC Electronics, the Spark is what I use. And you use I'm sure Mayer wasn't the one who did this, but wasn't the first guy to do this, but he was the first guy I saw to do this, where you have a boost, a mid boost with an overdrive, then a transparent drive. In doing that, it's just an amazing sound. But actually, now I think about it, he runs a Tube Screamer, a Klon, and so he runs two. But anyway, I found if you run a transparent, something that bumps up the mids along with just a boost, it's amazing. Everyone will come to you and ask you for your tone secrets. Whenever you're messing with your drives, I think finding a good amp, and we'll talk about amps later, but if you want to see me like really talk about amps, go to Tone Central Station YouTube channel and check out all my amp reviews. I am their amp guru, as they say, and check out all of those. And I have so many killer amps I've played through there, so if you're like into my style and stuff like that, go check that out. Go listen to my music and see this stuff live in action. I'm going to keep more videos coming from you. Please leave comments. I hate to ask y'all to subscribe, but please subscribe. It makes me keep wanting to do this. And I'll see y'all when I see you. Appreciate you.